Wish I could get through to you, don't know what to do to you. Anything I say will come off as wrong and you're not alone. Something feels out of place.
Hello, fellow humans. It is your crafty bookworm of a witch, Destiny. On this channel, I review anything that is in book form. This week, we are reviewing The Girl Next Door by Chelsea M. Cameron. I only have one warning for you this week, which is the usual. There will be spoilers, so if you don't want to get spoiled, then click off this video and pick up that book. Or if you don't care and just want something to listen to in the background, well, that's your choice and you're perfectly welcome here. The Girl Next Door is about Iris Turner, who moved from the small town Salty Cove in Maine to Boston for college, but was later forced to move back to Salty Cove because she was not able to make her rent. Once she is back, she runs into Jude Wicks, who just so happens to live right next door. Both girls are captivated by each other. Will this just be a fling or something more? How saucy. Chapter 1. Iris is moving back into her childhood home from Boston and settling in. Her eye has been caught by Jude, one of her high school, or someone she's acquainted with from high school. This first chapter, I laughed at 22 being hardly a baby anymore. But then I realized at that age, I didn't like when people called me a baby. I still don't like being called a baby at 26. I mean, I own a home, I'm married. I probably have experienced more than most 26-year-olds have dealt with. Anyway, I don't know why I laughed. We get to see Jude on her motorcycle, and I have to say motorcycles are sexy. There is definitely some history between Iris and Jude. Probably not much history, but some history. And I'm excited to find out what reason she has to move back in with her parents. So far, it's actually pretty good. Chapter 2, we get an overview of Jude's workday as a lobster catcher, fisherman, and we get a lot of commentary about how she has some ideas of what she wants, but she doesn't know how to get there and doesn't really have that much direction. I can relate to that quite a bit. There's also a hint of an ex who plagues her mind. What intrigue. And some hint of interest in Iris. Chapter 3. Iris goes to the former restaurant that she used to work at to get a job. But then she goes to the grocery store, which is exhausting, and then she throws a ball at home to her dog Dolly, back and forth. Jude comes out and asks if she wants some lobster, and the two of them enjoy each other's company for dinner. Iris is complaining, and it's only been a day that she's been out, or that she's been at the house. And the way she's written, she's kind of a yuppie in my opinion. it's Iris talks about what she's supposed to do after she graduated high school, go to college, and you're supposed to find a job. Whenever I decide to have children, I will not teach them that college is the only way. There's trade school. There is just going straight into the workforce if you so choose. There are so many choices you can make in life. And there's plenty of jobs outside of college that pay pretty well without a 4 or 5 years of schooling. It's okay to go against grain as long as you are doing what makes you happy and you are able to survive. Because unfortunately, we live in a capitalist society that says we must make money in order to survive. Now, it's a broken system that I actually quite disagree with, but you've got to follow it if you want to survive, unfortunately. Chapter 4. After lobstering, Jude gets off work and is offered by the lobster shack to let her get a shower after work, so she's not smelly. She goes home, makes herself some dinner, and then Iris comes over with a pie, and they spend some quality time together. I think it's sweet that Jude is wanting to get to know Iris and asking about things she likes. And when it seems like the conversation starts to become negative, like when they're talking about Boston, she steers the conversation by saying, "What do you like about Boston?" I don't know, it's just pretty endearing and sweet. This book also touches on the fact that they knew each other because it's a small town. When Iris was a freshman and Jude was a senior, they didn't really interact or even consider each other. And I think that's actually a good thing. Because a senior dating a freshman has always been something kind of creepy to me, even if it is just 4 years. The senior's about to go into the adult world, while the freshman still has 4 more years to play. It's just pretty good that they're keeping it between 2 consenting adults. Chapter 5, Iris has a beer with Jude after work and invites him to have dinner with her parents the next day. Then Iris goes inside and spends some time with her parents. Then she ends up taking her dog outside and running into Jude again, and they have a sweet little interaction. Iris drinks sangria. Oh, she is a woman after my own heart. I love sangria. I'm not a big beer fan either. I think one of the reasons why I love LGBTQ plus books so much is a lot of the interactions between the characters are awkward turtle interactions. Very much like myself. I'm kind of an awkward turtle, and a romance can be kind of awkward sometimes. And a lot of straight romance just kind of They say the person is awkward, but then they don't write or they don't show that that person is awkward. Being bisexual kind of bounce between both straight romance and LGBTQ plus romance books. Chapter 6, Jude goes over to Iris' house and has dinner with her parents. It's a pretty nice evening. Afterwards, Iris walks her back to her house, or Jude's house, and they have a moment. But it's not quite a kiss, it's just a moment. And Jude chickens out in fear of having emotion. And it's at this point in the book that I'm wondering, is Jude's partner or past partner dead? Is she gone? Like, what's the situation here? Chapter 7, Iris goes to the library with her dad. They check out books, and they meet an interesting librarian. When they get back, Jude is at her house, and Iris invites her to go eat with her and her dog, Dolly. Once they're at the beach, they talk. They get on the topic of furniture, and Iris invites her out to go furniture shopping. After that little conversation, they go home, and Iris acknowledges that she is getting the feels for Jude. At the library, Iris meets a woman who is also queer, and the author mentions that Iris doesn't think there is a good way or a good opportunity to mention that she is gay too. And the sentiment of wanting the person to know that they are gay as well. I don't know why, but it is just it struck a chord with me. I want people to know that I am queer. And maybe it's more performative than anything, because it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We're all just people living our lives. But I am, at my core, still attracted to more than one gender. Just because I'm married doesn't mean I give up my bisexuality. It just means that I've found someone I want to care for, and I don't want to see anyone else. And I guess there's just a certain annoyance where people want me to deny my bisexuality, or want me to pretend it's not a thing anymore. Reading this book, it's the same way in real life. My friends have a crush, and I'm just want them to just go for it. Or it's obvious that two people really get along, and I just want them to go for it. I'm very much the kind of person who doesn't want to beat around the bush. If you have feelings for them, just do it. Fall head first. The worst someone can say is no. And that's not the end of the world. Heck, I've confessed my feelings to a woman, and she rejected me, and we're actually very close friends now. I feel like we became closer because of it. Anyway, rant over. Chapter 8. Jude and Iris make their way to a bigger city and start shopping. And both girls are starting to open up to each other and exchange phone numbers. And they start texting back and forth. Jude insists on paying Iris for helping redecorate Jude's house. And I love watching this relationship blossom and how they're opening up to each other. We finally get the name of Jude's ex, which is great. We haven't found out if he's alive or not, but I have a feeling that he's not alive, which is pretty unfortunate. Chapter 9, Iris goes about her life, making plans, doing various things, helping out Jude with her project. And then one day, her parents pull her aside to talk with her and let her know that she's trying to rush back to Boston. And if she tries to rush too fast, she is just going to end up back in the same situation. She gets upset, even though her parents are right, and goes for a drive. When she gets back, she decides to paint with Jude. In reality, she was planning on talking with her, but she ended up helping Jude paint her living room. And she also opens up to Jude about her parents, the talk with her parents. And they both come to the conclusion that it would be right for her not rush. Get back and wait and save up till she has enough and a job in place and go back to Boston without struggling. We often try to rush through life, trying to get where we think we're supposed to go. But in that moment, that is what you're supposed to be. That's the life you're supposed to be living. I don't believe everything is meant to be. The only true fate or destiny, if you want to say, in life is death. So we have to live our lives going off of chance, really. But sometimes it's easy to get caught up and think that one thing is your destiny, what is supposed to be. Chapter 10, Jude and Iris continue to paint. They finish the living room. They do a toast, celebrate that they finished the living room, and then they finally kiss, giving into their desire. But Jude pulls away, remembering her Grace, her late partner. Iris gets the message and angrily leaves. It's gotta be hard. I mean, I've never lost a partner to death, but I've lost both my parents and grief does some really weird stuff to you and makes living harder. Chapter 11, Jude shows up at Iris' work, asking her to talk after Iris gets off work, and then they get on Jude's bike and go to the beach. Jude talks and tries to turn Iris down. Iris proposes that they try to be in a casual relationship, even though the truth is that Iris doesn't want a casual relationship. But if she can suggest a sexual relationship, it's better than having no relationship at all, which I kind of disagree with, but it's obvious that these two care about each other. They go back to Jude's place and have a cup of tea. What else? They share each other's cream, play with beavers. You know what? Comment down below if you can come up with any other euphemisms. Chapter 12, Jude and Iris do a little bit more of the vertical tango, and the next day they make breakfast. The normal kind, not a euphemism for anything. And they try to set some ground rules. But as Iris is leaving, Jude mentions that she wanted to kiss her, but she didn't. And the goodbye felt incomplete. It is obvious that this is not going to be a casual relationship. Neither person can obviously do casual in this particular situation. Some people can do casual. I did casual once, and I personally don't like it. It's obvious that this is going to cause harm in the future if they're going to keep trying to do casual. There are some serious feelings there, because they formed a bond without putting sex into this equation. Sometimes when you do that, you can feel, or the relationship can become stronger. If you're bonded before you have sex and then you're being more intimate with each other, that's going to make things a little bit more saucy. Chapter 13, Iris' parents. After weeks of Iris and Jude playing around, Iris' parents set Iris aside and warn Iris that Jude has lost her partner. Iris assures them that she knows what she's doing, even though she doesn't. Then goes over to Jude's place. They pet. They do arts and crafts the way lesbians do. Jude asks her to go lobstering with her. Not a euphemism. She actually wants her to go doing her job. Iris agrees, realizes that she's in love with Jude. They wake up at 4 in the morning and go to the pier. I kind of had a feeling that Iris parents already knew that dude had lost her partner. But why did it have to be a car accident? I feel like that's just the most common way nowadays to write a character out. I mean, I guess it's a pretty well heard of story. I mean, I lost my own father to a car accident, but I hate it. I hate seeing it so much in the media that maybe that hate just comes from being reminded of my own grief and pain. Chapter 14, on the boat, Jude finally comes clean and talks about Grace, her late partner. And Jude also confesses her feelings to Iris. And they decide to become a partnership. And this book was just a good old time. It pulls you in, it pulls on your heartstrings. The ending is really sweet. It's pretty decently written. The characters are a lot of fun. It's a nice, short, sweet book. And Iris and Jude are both dealing with their own issues and learning how to come to a head with it. And like past traumas and growing up and taking on more responsibility and wrapping it all in a ball of romance, and you've got yourself a good book. I've got to give this book a 5 out of 5. I quite liked it. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see any future videos, and leave a comment on what you would like me to review next, or discuss what we reviewed today. I hope you all have a fabulous day.